This is a to-the-point video. It is a condensed version of the full review. I will not answer questions in the comment section for this video. Please watch the full review if you want detailed information, and that video will be linked in the description section below. Immerse Virtual Studio is a professional audio plugin. It costs $20 per month for full access and has other pricing brackets with their own limitations and advantages. The most expensive version is $400. Embody gave me access to the $400 software for review. Embody says that Immerse works with all DAWs and media playback software. The Immerse plugin has one major premise. It is supposed to mimic the sound profile of some well-known recording studios and applies those sound profiles to your specific headphones. In essence, Immerse should make your headphones sound like the speakers in the chosen professional studios. The plugin has two features. First, the plugin was designed around a handful of professional studios. Embody captured the sound profile of the various speakers and room acoustics and used those profiles in their software. You can freely adjust some of those settings. The second feature is the personalized HRTF. When you first launch the program, you will be asked to upload a photo of your ear. Embody servers will analyze your ear shape and size and compare it against other profiles that have already been mapped and graphed. Theoretically, you will end up with a sound profile that is matched closely to your ears. Immerse supports only a handful of professional headphones. Embody wrote Audeze's Reveal Plus plugin, so Immerse supports all of Audeze's headphones. Embody also has headphone profiles for some AKG, Audio-Technica, and Beyerdynamic headphones. You can further select generic profiles for closed-back, open-back, IEM, or even headphones tuned to the Harman curve. I tested Immerse on Audirvana. I did an A/B test. I used two computers. On my PC, I used MusicBee. On my Mac, I used Audirvana with Immerse active. I played the same tracks. I used the hifi hip DAC on my Mac and the Zen DAC on my PC. These devices sound nearly identical, especially when using the same GTO firmware. I plugged the sources into a passive A/B switch. I tested several supported headphones, including the Audeze LCD1, the LCD2 Classic, AKG K371, and the Beyerdynamic DT1990. I also tested some unsupported headphones, including the Allo Audio S4X, Avantone Planar, and the Austrian Audio Hi-X55. If you want a more detailed explanation of what I heard, please watch the original review. Here, I will merely emphasize that every single headphone had an altered sound when using the Immerse plugin. Sometimes the differences were stark, as with the DT1990 and K371, and other times the differences were more subtle, as with the Audeze headphones. Nevertheless, all headphones, whether officially supported or not, had a different sound signature when compared to the unaltered tracks. Inside the software, you have the ability to choose between the different speakers in a given room and can adjust the HRTF intensity, master gain, and room ambience. So there is a bit of customization that you can apply. I have no way of knowing if Immerse accurately captures the sound profiles of the studios whose profiles it does provide. In fact, there is no way to tell unless you sit in those very rooms yourself. What is evident is that Immerse does in fact make alterations. You can immediately tell. In that sense, it works. Embody says that Immerse will work with any music playback software. However, through my test, I discovered that Foobar and MusicBee do not support Immerse. Audirvana and JRiver do. Moreover, SoundSource on the Mac does support Immerse. SoundSource adds another layer of interest to Immerse. SoundSource applies filters to system-wide audio. In other words, through SoundSource, you could use Immerse with any application that has audio playing. This includes streaming services, web browsers, or even built-in media players on your computer. Unfortunately, SoundSource is not available for Windows. Embody was not able to recommend an alternative Windows program. I would think that professional artists might find this software appealing, but since I am not a professional artist, I do not know about how effective Immerse would be for their workflow. As an audiophile, however, there is benefit to the software. If you are the type who wants to get to the closest possible sound to the original recording, then Immerse makes an interesting proposition. If your music was recorded in one of the supported studios, then that would indeed be a close approximation of what the mixing engineer may have originally heard. But if you're the typical audiophile, does Immerse make sense? I do not think the $400 product is for most audiophiles. Immerse provides a very specific use, and unless you are certain you want it, there is no need to spend that much money on software. On the other hand, Immerse does come in a $20 monthly subscription. There's also a standalone application which caters to just Audio-Technica and Audeze headphones, so audiophiles do have other price brackets to consider. Immerse has limited studio and headphone profiles. Embody said they intend to keep adding to this list, but if you do not own a headphone that is officially supported, then it does not make sense to use this software. That is, if you really want the closest approximation to the studio, then it's best to have a headphone that is specifically supported within Immerse. If you want the closest approximation to studio sound, then Immerse might get you there, but you must have a supported headphone and music playback software to achieve it. Overall, I think Immerse makes an interesting argument for itself. It does make audible differences. It does work with DAWs and some media playback software. In theory, it would help you listen to the music as the original artist intended, assuming those artists mixed and mastered in one of the studios that Immerse supports. If you're interested in Immerse, Embody offers a 14-day free trial. That should be plenty of time for you to decide if this software is worth your money. In my opinion, the $400 version I received might be more useful to professionals rather than typical audiophiles. But considering the very unique nature of Immerse, there is no alternative I can think of that does what Immerse does.